Very good. Okay, very good.
Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Hard Factor. It is Thursday, December 31st, 2020, New Year's Eve 2020, episode number 593. We've got myself, Will, Mark, and Wes today. Pat the Beav is off. He's busy taking care of like the end of year beaver dam duties. I'm not sure exactly what it was.
Pat has skipped ahead to 2021.
Yeah, he's just already next year already.
Yeah, he's next year. He's in the future.
He'll see you in the future. It's the last show we're doing for the Barstool News Network today. But like we said yesterday, nothing changes at all. We're just going to be coming at you next Monday or Tuesday if we can't figure out the controls and how to post our show right away. But next week, we'll be coming at you from the Hard Factor studio instead of the Barstool Sports studio.
Yes.
That's the only difference. Same spot wherever you get your podcast for free, iTunes, Spotify, whatever. We will be there for you next week.
Right. My buddy Alex was asking me about that today. So, again, if you listen to our podcast, you don't do anything different.
No.
It's still going to come out in January. So wherever you're listening to it now, you'll listen to it in January.
Just chill, have a happy new year, and we will be back. But before that, we have a great fucking show lined up today. Wes is going to start us off with some heavy news updates. Mark is going to give us the best of Florida Man for all of 2020. And then I'm going to catch us up on stories we missed, voicemails, reviews, and a final look back at the first couple years of Hard Factor. So, Wes, get us going.
Nice. All right, let's get into some news, boys. First up, Corona. Good news out of the UK as Oxford AstraZeneca, their vaccine has been approved for use in the UK, which is the first doses will be given on Monday. This makes the third legitimate company to have developed a vaccine to fight COVID. We've got some Russia and China vaccines out there, but nobody's touching those.
Sputnik V,
Sputnik
huh?
V.
Yeah.
Now, is this associated with Oxford, the university?
I would imagine so. I think
This is the
everything's
one-
the dictionary.
They should feel a little bit embarrassed coming in third.
Third
You know
place.
what I mean?
This
Yeah.
is the one, though, and not only should they be embarrassed about getting third, this is the one that was touted as number one earlier in the year. Like, Oxford was talking a lot of shit. Like,
They
they
got
were going to be,
passed.
and then they got crushed by Pfizer and Moderna, so.
Yeah.
But it's good that there's another one. Good. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
More
Yeah.
merrier.
They fucking need it over there because that new variant is spreading like wildfire across the UK and Europe where it was first found. 530 doses available Monday. They've ordered 100 million doses, enough to vaccinate 50 million people. Speaking of that new variant, it's here. It's in the United States, guys. A National Guardsman in Colorado is the first to be identified and made to feel like shit for carrying the variant. And apparently was just visiting a nursing home with 6 other National Guardsmen. So that's not good.
Yeah, that's a tough gig to be labeled the first guy with the variant in the United States.
Yeah.
You're
That's
just the
bad.
first guy that tested with it, though. That's bullshit.
I know, but-
there's
But
a
still,
billion
you're
other
the
people
guy.
with this
You're
shit.
still the guy.
You're the guy.
Come on. You're not
You're still
like
the guy.
you're not
No, you're the
patient
guy.
zero. You're the
Well,
first guy in this country.
Unless you do the research to find
Right.
someone before you, you're the
Oh,
guy.
yeah, the people in England. How about that?
Well,
He's the guy over here, unfortunately. A second guards is
That's not how
also...
it works, though. You don't blame the guy who got it in Washington State.
for
getting it
you
first.
you might not.
Yeah. He's all over the...
I wasn't too thrilled with that guy in Washington.
Exactly. Fuck this guy. No, I'm just kidding. So he's unfortunately the first guy. Hopefully the nursing home patients escape it. But a second guard is already suspected of having it. Dr. Eric Topol, the head of Scripps Research Translational Institute, said the virus...
Translational. Yeah, you got it the second time.
says the virus is becoming more fit and we're like a deer in headlights. So that's not good. Other states, including California, Massachusetts, and Delaware, are also doing some tests on some suspected variant carriers. So it's just, you know.
But the vaccine still zaps it, right?
Vaccine still it's still effective on it. Yeah, I'll get more on the vaccine later. So maybe more lockdowns coming, maybe a domestic travel ban. I heard some rumors of some fucking Harvard professor calling for a travel ban. Whatever. I know here in Texas, our governor Greg Abbott.
What does he know?
What does he know? I don't know.
Harvard.
All right, here in Texas, our governor Greg Abbott is already imposing his executive orders and just shooting down the mayor of Austin, Steve Adler, who's trying to shut down restaurants again. So it's a shit show. And according to Fauci, the worst is yet to come. One
Yeah, but
thing
that's like his middle name.
Right.
He's been saying that literally
Yeah.
every day.
right. Yes.
That's like put it on his tombstone. The worst is yet to come. No, you died. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
It's gonna get worse.
It's gonna get worse.
Trust me.
Yeah, he's very concerned. That
I
guy.
hope he's wrong, but this new variant is kind of scary.
Well, there's gonna be more cases.
Yeah, well, it's going to be like a rush of cases until you like. So I was reading about the vaccine. It gets you're protected after like 2 weeks after the first shot if you have the 2-shot kind.
Right.
Or I guess, or maybe the 1-shot kind. I don't know, but it's not like immediate. So people are. A nurse in California caught it after getting the first shot.
Sucks.
Right.
So
After
you got to
8
kind of
days,
like That's
Well, the thing to note about the vaccine, and if you didn't know this, it does not prevent you from getting or passing along the fucking virus. It just makes your body much more ready to fight it.
Antibodies, right?
Yeah. So you don't. So if you're susceptible, you get the vaccine, and you're 80 years old, and you get the virus, it's much less likely to kill you. You can still pass it on. You still need to wear fucking masks. It's not like a cure. It just makes your body much more ready to fight it. So keep that in mind. Masks are still going to be necessary.
So still no cruises ever, but
Right.
but
yeah.
but everything else is cool.
Once all the old people get this vaccine, I think things will start to open up. But that's how it works. By the way, check out the vaccine boxers on our Twitter, Mark's brainchild. And you
My
can
wife's
sign
not so happy with me on that.
I think it's great. And you
I
can
like
sign
it.
up. Yeah, and you can sign up for our merch newsletter. You'll get a little deal when we launch. Just makes your so let's see, over 341,000 deaths in the U.S., almost 20 million cases, and sadly, those deaths include Congressman-elect Luke Letlow of Louisiana, who passed away from COVID on Tuesday. He was fucking 41 years old.
Yeah.
That's
Heart
not
attack,
80.
right?
That's not 80 and frail. That's 41.
It gave him a heart attack, basically.
I'm not sure exactly how he
Something
died,
like
but they're giving it to COVID.
Yeah. He had
so-
COVID and it got complications with it, I think.
Right,
Yeah.
just we weakened his body enough and just killed him. So, and guys, let's not forget to acknowledge our frontline workers, the doctors and nurses, EMTs, everyone doing their best to fight this motherfucker. It's a high stress job, which is why sometimes you just got to strip off your personal protective equipment and fuck a COVID patient in the bathroom.
Wow.
Yeah.
Must have been a good looking patient.
Yeah, just like one male nurse in
I don't care
Jakarta.
if you have COVID.
In Jakarta, Indonesia, did.
He's been
with-
working hard this year. Give him a break, all
Hey,
right?
I think
Yeah.
he can fuck whoever he wants.
Yeah.
So the nurse exclaimed he was just simply trying to fuck the virus out of the man. Bubba, you have a picture. There's
You
the
have a clip?
hospital. There's the hospital, and there's the bathroom where the incident went down.
Nice bathroom, actually.
No, I don't know. That's just,
Someone cleaned up after the deed. Yeah.
that's a nice bathroom for Jakarta. No, I don't know if that's the bathroom. It's just, but alas, after being tested, the man still has COVID. Somehow the nurse tested negative, but if convicted of whatever they're being charged with,
Well,
each faces.
that didn't teach the nurse a lesson at all.
No. They each face 10 years in prison because Indonesia does not fuck around with that stuff over there,
Whoa.
apparently.
What was
yeah.
the crime? Just the
Might have something to do with homosexuality. I'm not sure.
okay. It sounds like it. 10 years.
10 years, pretty rough. But I'm not. Don't quote me on that. Anyway, let's move on to.
They're gonna catch up on all that stuff eventually.
Maybe they stopped
It's
flogging
on the
people
to-do
5
list.
years ago. Fucking ridiculous. Now let's move on to what Americans really care about. Enough of this COVID stuff. Let's talk about money, dollars, greenbacks. Bubba.
Show me the money! That's it, brother, but you got to yell that shit! Show me the money! I need to feel you, Jerry! Show me the money!
That's right. Show me the money. And hey, if you have a direct shit on my face, a deposit set up with the government, you should see your check in your bank. It might be there already.
$600.
$600. I checked. Mine wasn't there. Very disappointing. But yeah, they're rolling them out, and you should have them very soon. At least the first 600.
So, like in that clip, when you get the direct deposit, do you say, "Congratulations, you're still my government"?
I don't know.
That's what he says.
Oh, right.
Oh, right.
Congratulations,
right.
you're still my agent.
Because he gives them the money. Mm-hmm. Well, nah, I don't think you say
I
that.
don't think so. I think
probably.
people are still pissed at the 600.
They're probably like, why isn't it 2,000? That's what you say.
Right.
Yes.
And Exactly. And is it the last we'll get? Well, Mitch McConnell is doing his best to fuck it up for all of us, apparently. He has introduced his own bill that would increase the checks to $2,000. But he wants to tack on a couple things to that bill first. Just like the first $600 had a bunch of shit tacked on.
Call me crazy, but I'm getting the feeling that Mitch McConnell doesn't want to pass the $2,000 thing.
Yeah, I don't know why we're beating around the bush. He's killing it.
He's killing it with this.
Right.
Yeah. It's like a filibuster.
He's killing the bill.
Yeah.
Yes. So
He doesn't want to do the 2,000 thing.
No.
He doesn't.
It's not going to pass with what he's put on it. Right. So go ahead, Wes.
And a lot of people are mad at him.
Yeah. So, well, he's like, is he with Trump? Is he not with Trump? Because he's fighting to override his veto of the defense spending. So he wants to tack on a couple things to that bill. First, legislation would repeal Section 230, the controversial liability protection for online platforms, and create a committee on election assistance commission to study election integrity, maybe voter fraud. So that's not going to be
asking the Democrats to go against the thing that they said that they won't go against in the Section 230, and then also to spend money on investigating themselves on election fraud.
He created just the most bipartisan thing he possibly could have created to not get it passed through, and that's what's happening. Speaking to Congress, Cocaine Mitch said, during this process, the president highlighted 3 additional issues of national significance he would like to see Congress tackle together. So again, by doing so, he divided the Senate. By tacking on those things, he won't be able to get the 60 votes needed because the Dems will not back it.
But he's right. Trump told him to do it. So what? And now Trump's like, well, you've got a death wish if you don't pass it. But so Trump is like on both sides there.
Yes, but Will, Trump wants both accomplished. You can bring each bill cleanly, separately.
Yes.
To the floor. McConnell's not. He's using that as a loophole
he gave
to not
McConnell
pass the
the loophole. He just handed it to him.
I mean, McConnell's going to find any loophole.
McConnell's going to take it.
He's Mitch McConnell.
He's going to take that loophole and he's going to shove his body straight through the whole body.
The point remains he could cleanly bring the 2,000 to the floor, and then he could cleanly bring 230 to the floor, and then he could cleanly bring like voter fraud to the floor.
Well,
he's killing the $2,000.
He could have voted on the Uyghur forced labor bill.
Right.
He could vote on the MORE Act. He could vote on everything.
I
Mitch
think
McConnell
that
doesn't.
he's killing the $2,000.
Kills anything he doesn't like. Yeah.
He's like, you can have $2,000, but Mandingo gets to fuck your wife.
You sure?
Yeah. No, you want to vote on it. All right.
How bad do you want it?
So, yeah, that's basically what he's doing. And Trump has really taken a liking to using ASAP about the checks. In this tweet, he said, in response to McConnell's attempt, he said, unless Republicans have a death wish, it is also the right thing to do. They must approve the $2,000 payments ASAP. 600 is not enough. Also get rid of Section 230. Don't let big tech steal our country and let the Democrats steal the president election. Get tough. So, like I said, Mitch is trying to do the same thing. He wants to get shoot this 230, but he's also concentrating on overriding the veto that Trump did of the National Defense Authorization Act, which will fund the military for the next year. So he's playing both sides. Trump apparently vetoed that because the bill renamed bases named after Confederates and did not repeal Section 230.
Right. Mostly the 230 thing.
Mostly 230. Yeah. Mostly 230. And that's from Fox.
Well, Mitch is using what he's doing is he's hoisting Trump upon his own petard, which is like he's using 230 as a way to get around Trump entirely, basically.
Yeah, and they're also saying that like it's a way for members of the GOP to vote for $2,000 and not look like shit in the eyes of the public. I guess I don't know.
It's a loophole. Like you said, it's like a CYA loophole for everybody.
Bullshit,
I saw all 4 Georgia Senate candidates, including Loeffler and Perdue, support the $2,000. A lot of Republican senators support the $2,000.
The problem is, Mark, that the House has adjourned. And they say that they're not going to take anything.
I'm not
but
naive. It's done. McConnell killed it.
It's done. It's done. The House adjourned. It's over.
McConnell, sneaky Cocaine Mitch killed it. He killed it.
Yeah.
Well, also the House adjourning killed it too. I mean, everybody agreed, I think, to kill it. I think this is all theater. I think.
Well, it could. You might be right there. You might be right there.
This is all theater. Trump,
all
McConnell,
agreed,
Pelosi, everybody. It's a joke. They never were going to give us the $2,000
But
checks.
if we say publicly that we wanted to, then we'll look
right. That's what's going on.
Yeah,
just couldn't quite get there.
There is definitely a degree to the theater. If it's all the way up to
100% theater, 100%.
Yeah.
Capitol Hill Productions.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. So
Okay, Mitch
yeah.
is like, I'll be the bad guy.
As always, yeah. It's like I love playing the Angel of Death.
Look at my hands. I'll be the bad guy. Also, just a little tidbit: the Lincoln Project, officially a communist organization, allegedly, after tweeting this, China will end 2020 as the only major country to see its economy grow, not shrink. Is this what MAGA looks like to you at Real Donald Trump?
Well, it helps to have millions of slave laborers, right?
Right.
Yeah, and starting a global pandemic doesn't hurt either if you are the one
If
that,
you're aware
that
of it
shepherds
first.
it into the world.
Yeah.
You can usually navigate the waters a little bit better.
There's some ways to capitalize.
Yeah, and they went on. The Lincoln Project went on with an official statement.
More bragging about China. Okay.
They had this to say.
That's just a baby cry.
That's just
Classic Lincoln Project right there.
That's a good Lincoln Project gag for you.
No stimulus check for me either, boys. So
Oh, really? You checked, yeah.
Oh, I don't have mine yet. It'll come. You're getting the 600. It's all good.
I get that,
Is that-
son kid bonus too. It's gonna be
Ooh,
nice.
look at you.
Ooh, double time.
That's it.
You done?
For the news. Yep.
Okay, guys, that was thank you, Wes. Let's move on to what's the last day of the year. We fucking made it. Everyone's doing the best ofs and year in reviews. We're actually working, but I figured we'd do one too, right? A best of, at least for Florida Man. So I'm gonna give you a quick lightning round of stories of some of the best Florida Man stories of 2020, and then we'll see if there's something after that. Can you dig it?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I got the new Macho Man thing taped on the wall. I gotta figure that out.
Yeah.
First,
That was
first
awesome.
up-
Mark looked like he was like putting a body in a trunk.
Yeah.
He's just got like the tape roll out with the Macho Man against the wall.
5-year-old who painted a picture.
Yeah, I'm not really good with the art, the hanging. But look, the painting's great. And
It looks great.
Yeah,
by
it's
a local
awesome.
Austin guy. I got to shout him out. I forgot his name, but we'll figure it out. First up, we have an anonymous man who paid $150 for a full contact experience with a leopard in a South Florida backyard zoo. He was mauled as soon as he entered the leopard's enclosure. He suffered severe injuries like a removed scalp that was hanging from his head, and his right ear was torn in half and off his head. The owners of the licensed animal sanctuary were charged by the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission with allowing full contact with an extremely dangerous animal. That was,
They sold that. They sold that experience.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, I do.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, wait. These are rehashes. That's right. That's
yeah, they're
right.
quick. They're just quick.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but sometimes I'll late at night I'll go into like a wormhole of like watching like lions and leopards attack like villagers.
You like that?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy. It's a
dark wormhole.
No, when they start to like, especially the leopards in like India or something, they're just like fucking trying to get this with like sticks. It's insane.
That's something.
They don't
to get-
maul. They're not like mauling them to death. It's
There's no rush like trying to beat off a big cat with a giant
yeah,
stick.
it's crazy.
Faces of Death Wes over here. Next one. The old man that saved his little dog from the jaws of an alligator. Remember, he just went into the water and said, "Not today," to the alligator, and he may have been smoking a stubbly cigar the whole time. Let's just take a look and listen at this quick video if Bubba has it. The grunts. Oh!
I don't think I've heard it. I don't think I've heard it with the grunts before.
No, it's so good. It's so good with the grunts. It's unbelievable.
His fingers must have been fucked up. It was like
yeah.
he was
Oh, yeah.
yanking his fingers out of the thing's closed mouth at the
I'm
end.
pretty sure that's what the grunting was all about. was
Yeah,
the pain.
losing your fingertips.
Yeah, well, fuck that alligator. Great job by that guy. Oh, next one. Feel good time as 21-year-old Special Olympics Florida athlete Chris Nikich from Maitland, Florida, became the first person with Down syndrome to complete a full-distance Ironman triathlon. He crossed the finish line in 16 hours and 46 minutes. That's a 2.4-mile swim. Not able to do even half of that. A 112-mile bike ride, no way, and a 26.2-mile run or marathon, totaling 140.6 miles. It all must be completed in 17 hours, and he did it. Wow, nice.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
That was a great. That was a couple feel good Florida men stories this year. The guy who keeps donating shit to people. That's a good one.
Yep.
And then
Yeah.
this guy also like really top notch.
There's some great people in Florida. There's some great people in Florida. There's also this one back
And
from
Lane
June.
Pittman.
That's right. There's also this one back from June 2020, and the headline was, "Man with tattoo of machete on face accused of machete attack." And I don't know, did I send you the picture of this guy, Bubba? I forget if I did or not.
No.
If you haven't seen him, he's got a machete tattooed on his face.
Yeah, let me see if I can send it real quick. But yeah, he was accused of, what was said. He attacked someone with a machete. Basically, one afternoon, he got upset at someone that was at his house, and he started skillfully whacking him on the arms and the legs with the flat side of the blade, almost as a warning, like he's a master of a machete, right? But then he decided to try to take the guy's head off and swung the machete directly at his head. And luckily, the guy got his forearm up in time to block the machete, and that's when the machete got lodged into the man's forearm because he tried to kill him.
If you're hanging out with that guy,
There
whatever
it is.
happens is your own fault.
Yeah, look at that guy's face. That's a full machete under the eye.
Yeah.
How many times has he just like actually murdered somebody, and then the people in the room are just like, well, that's why they call him Machete Mike. Like,
Yeah.
just shrug it off.
He's going to need a new machete tattoo. It's another one for him. Okay, last best of, and I know I'm missing hundreds, like the Florida woman that left porn Easter eggs in her neighbors' mailboxes, or the woman that threatened the stingy McDonald's worker saying she was going to get her extra dipping sauce by any means necessary.
Oh, the sauce girl. That was crazy.
Yeah, we just don't have enough time to go through all of them, but we are left with Tampa man quarantined alone with hundreds of parrots, but says it wasn't by choice. And of course it wasn't fucking by choice. Who would do that? You guys remember our old friend Majid Magic Esmaili?
Yeah, it's starting to come back to me now.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he battles over a neighboring land dispute of a road, a one-way road, and COVID not allowing him to have workers help him, was trapped in his parrot sanctuary called Zaksee, Zaksee bird sanctuary, and he had to take care of 200 noisy parrots and clean their cages and feed them basically like 24 hours a day without any help, and he couldn't leave. So he was on a Zoom call where the people described the chorus of parrots in the background as an unending mixture of shrieks and screeches. That was what he was dealing with. And he wrote an email to the Tampa Bay Times with the subject line, SOS. And the first sentence was, "My name is Magic Esmaili, a.k.a. Majid Esmaili, a.k.a. Magic, and I'm a prisoner in my own property with over 200 parrots, no way to get in or out." So you guys remember that guy?
Yeah. He could, and so the road. I remember. Why was it that he couldn't go down the road because of COVID? Was that what locked him in? Or
let me tell you, because I, as a Big J journalist, called him today and spoke with Magic for 15 minutes.
The man himself.
Magic is a chatter, and he's a very nice guy, very chatty. He is getting the lawsuits back on, so he is still by himself, no one to help him, and the lawsuit is he basically bought land, and it was technically landlocked in his potentially was technically landlocked in his real estate thing that he's English as a second language, and he didn't really read it correctly, and apparently you're not even allowed to sell landlocked property in Florida with a no way in or out, and the people he bought it from own this horseback riding company right next door, and they have the road, and they don't let him use the road because they want to buy his land back. And
so they're just literally holding.
They're suing him.
Yeah, okay.
They're leaving him stranded in the middle of a field in his 5-acre bird sanctuary, and if he leaves, they will have him arrested.
There's some law behind that you can't block access to a property.
We need to help. Bubba's shaking his head. We need to help Magic. Anyone in Tampa, Zaksee, Zaksee. He said that people that even try to help him with the birds. So he had to move all the birds into one area because he said they were spread out over 5 acres and it was taking him 24 hours to feed and clean them. So now he's got them all moved next to each other so he can just clean and feed them all at the same time.
But he
says,
doesn't leave?
No, he can't. He'll get arrested. He just
So
lives
does
on
he
the
have
property.
people come deliver him shit?
Occasionally, but the people that come to help deliver him, he claims, get blocked by the horseback riding company. They line the one road.
Down.
They line the one road with horse manure, so no one
Right.
wants to drive through the horse manure. So they've made it impossible for people to come support him and help
They're
him.
trying to kill him.
It sounds terrible.
Starving him out. It's a
So
war tactic.
Could you hear him when he was it? How was that phone call? Was he constantly changing rooms?
Yeah. I will say, Hardo Hive, anyone in Tampa, Zaksee, Zaksee, help Magic out. Try to figure out what's going on with Magic. Bubba, maybe get on the case, intern Bubba, lawyer Bubba. We got 2 lawyers. We're going to figure out something for Magic because
hopefully
he
the
sounded
Bubba
like a
Cam
nice
legal
guy.
team will get this one sorted out.
He said he was tricked into buying these people's property in 2010 when the economy was bad, and now that the economy's better, they're just like bullying him out, and they're not letting him leave. So it doesn't sound great. It does sound fucked up. But hey, we'll get you hooked up, Magic. We're gonna figure it out for you. And to prove that there are big things coming for Florida Man in 2021, I'm gonna end this segment with 2 new submissions from listeners that came in on December 30th. So Sean D sent in a story about a Florida man in Naples who was arrested this week for stealing all of the chicken wings and other hot food available at an Naples 7-Eleven. So he just grabbed all the hot
That's
food.
pretty
rotating
common
around.
though, right? Like
You would think, right?
somebody just rolls in and just grab. But you have to go behind the booth, don't you?
It's just a reach around.
Oh, you
Yeah.
can reach around from the front booth.
Well, some of them you can just open right up and grab what you want. It's
This
in
guy-
those plastic,
Yeah,
heat
the
things.
hood.
That's
Yeah.
right. And 7-Eleven guys are always restocking stuff. He also had a couple buddies with him, so maybe they were distracting him. Well, he got all the food, but the interesting thing was he was wearing gloves the whole time, so he was conscious of germs. Maybe it was like COVID-conscious criminal. And the clerk told cops he recognized the thief as he had come in the store before and eaten 3 chicken wings right in front of his face in the store and left without paying. So this is his move. He just
the
eats
guy
the chicken
does.
wings.
Treats it
Yeah.
like a buffet.
Yeah, he really likes those 7-Eleven wings, but I guess he feels entitled to
To be
them as
fair,
well.
I bet you if you did this 7 out of 10 times, you're getting away with it.
Oh yeah,
Like-
I would feel pretty comfortable eating a couple wings and then just like walking out and being like, "What?"
Right.
Yeah.
Remember when they used to have the nacho fountain at
Right.
7-Eleven? That thing got abused.
Still have it. My
They
friend.
still do, yeah.
So they
Still
still
have it.
do? People still
Oh,
must
yeah.
abuse the fuck out of it. The
You
nacho
think-
cheese
you think?
fountain, endless nacho cheese. You could put it on anything. I've seen people
you
just
can
go
bring
in
a
there.
cup. You can bring
Yeah,
a
they
big
just
gulp.
cheese it
Yeah.
down, and they don't pay
Jesus.
for it. They just walk out.
Yeah. I've ruined many a days with that fountain.
You just bring a cheap purse and fill it with cheese. Also from this week, Hardo Hive member Bull Moose sent in a story about Gulfport, Florida man Stephen Moran, who was both psychotic and way too honest. One of those I cannot tell a lie guys. He's like the meme of "I'll do it again." We'll get to that. I kind of jumped the gun there. Sorry. It became quite clear he's both psychotic and too honest when police asked him why he beat his roommate Brendan Casey to within an inch of his life with a baseball bat, many times to the head. He basically
Oh, that's bad.
beat his roommate and friend up with a wooden baseball bat and almost killed him. He told the cops, well, he walked his way into this beating, and the more noises and gurgles he made on the ground, the more I wanted to beat him in the head. And then he said, I'm fucked up in the head, and I want to kill again. And here's the thing. That's where the and I'll do it again meme comes from, like the fucked up goofy meme. He didn't kill his roommate. So,
He was hoping he did.
well, either that or the police might want to circle back to that revelation.
You thought he did.
Check his old houses. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you mean you want to kill again? You didn't kill him. And he's like, I
Right.
meant
Yeah.
it. So, yeah, maybe he's killed a few before, too. Maybe he's got the machete tattoo deal going. And that's going to do it for Florida Man Friday for 2020, for Florida Man for 2020. It's definitely one of my favorite, if not my favorite things to do. And I'm looking forward to many more Florida Man tales in 2021.
Oh, yeah. Nicely done.
Yes, indeed. So much more Florida Man to come. And we were talking with Michael Ellen on Twitter, and she had suggested Cali Man,
Michael.
Texas Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's all kinds of. We might expand the men into other zones too, so you never know. All right,
Absolutely.
let's move it over to the last section of the last show of the year, 2020, New Year's Eve. And it's stories we didn't have time to get to, voicemails, reviews, and a little walk down memory lane of Hard Factor in our time with Barstool Sports. So here's the stories we didn't have time to get to this week from the Hive. This one comes from my wife, also the Hard Factor memes account, which is a must follow on Twitter and Instagram. Excellent memes. And also intern Patricia. And it's about Hilaria Baldwin. You guys know who she is?
Is she a Baldwin?
She is the wife of Alec Baldwin.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she is a Baldwin by marriage. Turns out Hilaria's name is actually just Hillary, and she's been saying that she's from Spain, but she's actually just from Massachusetts.
Yeah, he was on Stern touting her up as some hot Spanish chick.
How did Alec Baldwin let this happen?
Alec Baldwin is a nut himself, so I'm not really that surprised by it, but she's been pretending that she's been Spanish since 2002. It's just a complete lie. Bubba, can we play a little clip of just how insane the lie is? Because it's obvious.
Very few ingredients. We have tomatoes. We have, how do you say it in English? Cucumbers.
It's not easy, and I think part of it is that I'm in shape before I have a baby, and then I stay active when I'm pregnant, and I'm not trying to stay thin. I'm just trying to keep my circulation going and stretching.
Right, Hilaria. Exactly.
She was pretending not to know how to say cucumber.
Did she say, how do you say in English?
How do you say in
That's
English?
fucking incredible.
What's her name? Hilarious Baldwin?
Yeah, Hilaria Baldwin. Hilaria, it just instead of the O-U-S, it's an I-A. Yeah, that's her name.
Hilaria.
This is hilarious. Yeah.
Hilaria. Como se dice
That's
Hilaria?
amazing.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, she must be a demon in the sack or something because, like, what?
You think?
I don't know what's happening there. Somehow, Alec Baldwin's with the chick who's been telling him she's Spanish since
maybe
whole
she's,
time.
maybe
Married
she's
to her.
Spanish in the sheets. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's intense. I mean, I don't want to speak
Passionate lover.
Yeah, that's a crazy one to keep up for 20 years, 18
Alex,
years.
like, hey, is she still saying she's Spanish? Then you goddamn right she is.
Yeah, they got multiple kids, like she was talking about in the clip. It seems to be happy, but turns out
has
the
she
parents
Parents Bob and Susan.
Has she responded to?
Oh, I mean, she's just like, I mean, I guess her, like, I don't know if she's responded, but a bunch of her classmates from Massachusetts when she was growing up were like, fucking finally. This bitch has been lying for so long. We've been waiting for it to come out.
That's crazy, man. That's a crazy thing to do.
Yeah, pretend you're just like a different person for your whole fucking life. And not even as a joke, like as a real thing. Yeah. So, well, the Baldwins are dealing with that. Another one we didn't have time for, Dennis McElhone sent us one about a grenade launcher found in an abandoned car on Christmas Day in San Bernardino, California. Turns out the car had been abandoned after having a window shot out. So I guess you just got to keep your head on a swivel. People are getting their windows shot out and then have grenade launchers inside the cars in San Bernardino.
I hope whoever was shooting at the grenade launcher car understood that they were packing a grenade launcher.
Surely they didn't.
No
Otherwise, you wouldn't have.
That's the wrong car to shoot at.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bad one. Piccolodian says the diaper guy in New Orleans is taking interviews now. You guys remember him? He was the guy who called nurses to change his diapers for him.
Shit.
So he's taking interviews about how insane he is. Trevor Collin sent in one about a multiple 100-person riot at a family
Wait a minute.
fun center.
Go back to the diaper guy.
Yeah, the diaper guy. You don't remember him?
Yeah, but
I remember him.
He's taking interviews. Is he trying to get? Is it like house calls? He's like, you got to come to my house to take the interview, and he's just sitting there in a diaper.
I think everything relies on his defense of being crazy, so he's taking interviews about how crazy he is, basically. I think.
I wouldn't want to get on a Zoom interview with him.
No, definitely not.
Just there he goes down here.
I got a little mess going on right now, actually.
Pause the interview.
I need a little help. If you could send a PA over to.
I put my
clean me
fingers
up.
in my mouth.
Yeah. Like I said, the second Family Fun Center riot of the year was also this week. Jingleheimer 86 sent some in earlier this week. Mac Daddy P sent an older one about an AOC fake nude being debunked by foot fetish people. Derek with a D, he's concerned about the feds being tricky little fuckers on our taxes next year, because of course they will be hiring extra auditors, whatnot. P Fitz is saying that the UFO docs there's a countdown to unsealing UFO docs. So suffice it to say, like Mark was saying earlier, 2021 is going to be fucking packed with stories, thanks to the world and mostly the Hardo Hive for keeping us informed on what's going on. So
Yeah, we got too much to work with, honestly.
yeah, a lot of material. All right, moving on. We're doing a Netflix Death of 2020 review real quick. Intern Patricia suggested that we watch it. Boys, did you watch it? Did you watch this mockumentary Netflix?
It was on. I paid attention to it half-assed. I mean,
yeah. So it's like, I guess it's our genre, right? That's why we're talking about it. It's like satirical news coverage.
Yeah, big Onion vibes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Onion, you say?
Yeah, the Onion, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like it starts off fast with a lot of good jokes. So I think they completely blew their wad in like the first 30 minutes, and then it was like just boring kind of news coverage for the last half, which I would have. Also, they only went after Trump, which is like 2020 had Lukashenko, Xi, Putin, and like other like real dictators doing shit, and they didn't say shit about that. But they only went
I
after
told
Trump.
you before I watched it was gonna be low hanging fruit. I told you, but
yeah.
I mean,
I did
it
love
was-
Black Boris Johnson though. I did like it. So 50% for me.
It was well written. Like there were definitely some funny ass jokes. I liked some of Samuel L. Jackson lines, like about the Jaws being a different movie. It looks like he's spitting humans onto the sand.
That's
and then
funny.
like I learned. What did I learn? I learned how many steps there are between my couch and my fridge. Stuff like there's definitely some funny lines to it. But
Good one-liners, yeah. He and Hugh Grant saved it. Hugh
Yeah,
Grant-
without
Hugh Grant's
Samuel L.
fine.
and Hugh Grant, that thing is a 0%.
Yeah.
I like Gemma. She was funny.
Was she the housewife?
She was like the like British house.
She was the
She was
oh,
by
she-
herself.
Oh, yeah,
She was the
British chick
one-
was
One of-
funny.
she
yeah.
was one of the 5 most average people in the world.
Yeah, she was good. The Q lady was yeah. I mean, I don't know. It was all right. Watch it, Bubba. Can you pop up what the scores were on the tomato meter? Ooh, 27% from the critics. It looks like, and 68% from the audience. So.
Yeah. I felt like I was being attacked in it part of the time. Like I was definitely a lib, like look how smart we're smarter than everyone kind of piece, in my opinion.
The goal
Major
was,
better than you vibes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
From the
Well,
the point of view of the writers.
For
yeah.
sure.
Well, the writers are the people that did Black Mirror. That's why there's so many English people. It's an English production.
Well, they feel superior to everybody. You can tell that
It's the
in
Black
the way they
Mirror
write.
crew. Yes, I mean they tried to be unbiased. You could see they tried to go after both sides, but it was mainly going after one side. And it seemed. I mean, I kept thinking the whole time.
Oh, they think of themselves extremely.
I kept
highly.
thinking the whole time. I was like, man, a lot of these people should just fucking tune into Hard Factor if they're digging this.
Well, if you liked that, I mean, our show's got to be way better than that. Hopefully, Jesus.
Yes.
All right, moving it on to the
It
gambling
did,
corner. What?
Sorry, it did prove that 2020 sucked. 2020 was a shit year. I mean, they did. It
was all horrible.
It was a shit year.
Yeah, I just wish that they would have stuck with the mockumentary thing the whole time. Like it seemed like as soon as they hit the summertime, they said they hit the George Floyd stuff, and then after that, it was just preaching. It wasn't mockumentary anymore.
Right.
It was just the whole thing. That's why I thought it was, because it was just real news coverage. It wasn't even like all
Yeah.
satirical.
That's when I started to feel like I was being attacked for
Why did you
being
feel like
white.
you were being attacked? You
for being white.
for being white, you felt attacked.
No, I'm saying that's the way it was going. Like they're like if you didn't understand it or you didn't like do this or do that, you're a piece of shit.
It was very preachy. The second
Yeah,
half
very
was extremely
preachy.
All right, moving
I
it
didn't
on to
feel
the gambling
attacked.
corner.
Well, you didn't pay attention the whole time.
Okay.
Moving it on to the gambling corner from intern Bubba and Cam. They say take Florida, the Gators with the points and Florida outright as the dogs against Oklahoma in the Cotton Bowl. This is the pick that I think we're all going to ride. So ride with Hard Factor and the legal interns Cam and Bubba. All right, let's move it on to voicemails and reviews. We've got first up. It's first of all, our voicemails today are from two, longtime callers. Excellent representations of what the voicemail line should be like with the Hardo Hive. Again, it's 512-270-1480 to leave us a voicemail. And let's get this first one from Big Ounce going.
What's up, fellas? It's Big Ounce. I was just wanting to add a point to the little hacking tidbit that you guys were going over yesterday, or Monday. The reason that we keep getting out-hacked by China and Russia and North Korea and even the UK is because they all hire their hackers. Like if somebody gets arrested for hacking some shit, they'll hire them. They'll bring them into the government and have them work for them. We just send those motherfuckers to jail. So, it's, again, Congress. Congress sucks. Congress is the problem for everything. But, yeah, that's why. All right, have a good one, fellas. Later.
So they do Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah,
we
smart.
do too, don't we?
Not as much, it sounds like.
It's Big Ounce wants to see every single cyber criminal hooking
Yeah.
it up for the USA.
It sounds like we only do it to the top people that want to turn, whereas Russia's like, we'll take any hacker and we'll just build a huge arsenal.
Big Ounce has got some good ideas. He's a big space mining guy, and now he's talking about reusing criminals, to criminalize other people. I like what Big Ounce is thinking.
I like Big Ounce too. I hope his second round of beekeeping goes better. Not a lot of conspiracies get past Big Ounce.
No, except we got one that may have, because here is his second voicemail, and it's kind of funny because it's in retrospect.
Hold on, fellas. It's Dallas Big House. Coming at you fucking here. And there you go. I just caught up on news, and gotta say, not a huge fan of Donnie T, but he put his dick on the table, and I respect that shit. Dude said, fuck Sudan, fuck Sue and Zam, and fuck Cambodia, and fuck all the fish in the Gulf of Mexico. We don't need to count them, and we don't need to see what the trees will do when they fall. I fuck with Donnie on this one. Fuck him, but I fuck with him on this one. All right. Out. Later, fellas.
We don't need to count those fucking fish.
He's having a good time in
Big
Mexico.
Ounce. Yeah, he is. He's ripping it up in Cancun.
I agree with Ounce.
Yeah, he loved the fact that Donald said that he was gonna veto the bill at first. Turns out though, he approved that bill as is. So all those places got the full amount of money. And now it's just the people that aren't going to get the money because of how this, whole drama is playing out. So all those places, all the pork spending that everybody acted like they gave a fuck about, him and everybody else, they didn't give a fuck. They passed it.
And maybe the Smithsonian can set up bunk beds for people that can't afford rent, because they got over $1 billion, right?
Unfortunate for Ounce, he'll hear that when he gets back from Mexico. The hangover is going to be even worse. All right,
dinosaur bones will be polished.
Yeah. I do love me a good Smithsonian. We grew up in the D.C. area, but I mean, come on.
Right. Yeah. Well, they got to take care of themselves, those feds. All right. Now, Reagan, you left us a long one. We love you too, man. All of us changing employers right now. So good luck with yours. And I know that we're going to keep working on ours. So stay with us, Reagan. But he's got a hypothetical for us too here.
Quick hypothetical. Would you rather never be able to shower again, or every shower you take you have to wash your balls with sandpaper? Go ahead. Talk it out. Let me know your answers. Check you later, bros. Have a great fucking day.
Reagan in Utah. What a beast.
So that is a really good one, but did he say in the second one, every shower you take? He didn't give a time constraint, right?
Every time you're in the shower, you got to wash your nuts with a sandpaper.
But you could hypothetically take a shower like once every 2 months.
Yeah, but you'd have to wash your nuts with sandpaper.
Yeah, I'd go with the latter just because when the stink became unbearable, I'd just go ahead and do the sandpaper.
Yeah, you can't go out in society if
he needs to change that up to saying you have to shower like at least once a week.
I agree. He should have put a qualifier on the never showering, because you have to choose showering even if you have to wash your nuts with sandpaper. Also,
do I have to wash them bloody or?
No, I don't think. Well, that's the big thing. There's a lot of. I wish Reagan was here to tell us, because there's a lot of variables in this one.
Yeah, can I dab my balls with the sandpaper?
Is it a powered sander? That'd be a real problem.
What's
in the shower.
the grit?
Yeah, what's
the
the grain?
grit
What's the
level.
grain level on this? Yeah,
That's very important.
come back in 2021 with a more thought out. Would you rather?
If
Right?
it's
together,
fine
Reagan.
grain, there's no way I'm taking no showers. All right, Reagan, that was an excellent one, though. Thank you for the would you rather. All right, now we're moving it on to 5-star reviews. Okay, everybody, you can leave us a 5-star review on iTunes.
Bubba's
iTunes,
got something for us.
and we will read it no matter what it says. If it's mean, whatever. Bubba, what's up? What's happening?
I was just gonna, since the Florida games tonight, Cam and I don't just want to give a pick and not be on it with the Hive, so we'll go ahead. I didn't consult Cam with this yet, but I'm gonna go ahead and say we're both gonna be on Army +7 tomorrow against West Virginia.
Whoa,
Army was dying for a bowl game. They got the bowl game. The coach was on part of my take the other day. He is so excited. And West Virginia is whack. West Virginia is terrible. They're like 5-4, I think, something like that. And Army's 9-2. Go Army,
that.
baby. Beat the Mountaineers.
Army with points, with 7 points.
That's a
Yeah,
hard
I might
factor.
take them outright. I honestly might take them a little bit outright too, depending on what the money line is. Just because, I mean, it's Army and there's
That's a hard factor
so
slate
high.
though, right there. You got Florida,
exactly.
Florida, and Army. That's a good.
Army's
opening.
the last of the hard, so
Yeah, some vibes. All right. I like those picks, Bubba. Okay. So remember, 5-star reviews. Leave us a 5-star review on iTunes, no matter what it says. We will read it. Also, if you didn't get yours read today, sorry, but the reviews aren't updating very well. So I had to Mark was able to find these ones that we're going to read, but like the new ones aren't coming to the top. So
Get it together, Apple.
Yeah, Apple. Thank you for the shout out on being one of the top 12 Barstool Stool podcasts you should try out for unfiltered talk, but also fix your review thing. Yeah. Okay. So first up from Rob Knight 335, he says, "Love the show, 5 stars. Love the guys. They try their best to be unbiased, which is rare these days. And even when they are not, they have someone on both sides." Yes. Thank you, Rob. Yeah. I mean,
Good point.
That's what we're trying to do, basically, is be unfiltered and not bullshit anybody, but also,
Like
not
when
be-
Wes said he felt attacked for being white, I didn't. So we're on opposite sides there.
There you go.
Mark's gonna take every joke I do and make it literal. So this ain't gonna go very
There you go.
far.
There you go. We're on both sides. We're on opposite sides of that one too. I can't take a joke, and Wes can't.
There you go, Rob.
There we go.
Proving your point. Excellent 5-star review. Okay, next one up is from Wag90, my man. Fun way to hear some news, 5 stars. Definitely worth adding to your feed. Episodes are super fun and funny. Oh, amazing, Wag90. Thank you. From T-Cannon69. What a name, T-Cannon69. From Florida, still love it. Hell yeah, 5 stars. Great way to take in daily news. Keep it up, boys. We're following y'all wherever. I also would like to complain that real listeners have to scroll forever to even leave a review. HAGFD, Tyler M. You're right, Tyler. That's what I'm talking about. Apple needs to
Apple's
figure
fucking
that out.
up. It's been like 2 weeks.
I don't know what's going on. So
Usually someone leaves a review and it sits at the bottom if you're on the app, and then like after like a 48-hour period, 24-hour period, they shuffle it to the top. But they haven't been doing that for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's weird. So we're piecemeal it together. If we didn't, like we said, if we didn't hit yours today, we'll hit it again next
Also,
week.
if you curse, they like might not post it.
Yeah, leave the curse words out.
Yeah.
Apple's weird. But speaking of reviews, please review us on any app you listen to us. If there is that option, 5 stars, whatever. That's how we get shared and featured and stuff like the Apple's suggested unfiltered talk list. All right, next up is from Chaz1565. He says, "Amazing news, 5 stars. Been listening for a couple weeks. I happened to come across your podcast, and man, did I find a gem. I have referred several friends, and we will all enjoy the daily dose of Hard Factor. Keep up the good work." Thank you, Chaz. And you keep up the good work, spreading the word. My man.
See, not all Chazes are bad in 2020.
That's true.
Because
Maybe we'll have a
the
Karen in
zone
here, too.
like the
Autonomous zone.
Yeah.
All right, we got GR01. He says, "The only news worth listening to, 5 stars. He says, Portnoy is a fool for letting them go. We agree. It's a poor decision on that one. Not sure about the fool part. He seems like he's doing a pretty good job overall.
He's doing pretty good.
But definitely, yeah. I mean, Hard Factor's a great pod. Thank you for sticking with us, GR_01.
We'll be on his radar 2 years from now when we keep growing thanks to the Hive. It's all
Yeah,
good.
he said if you listen to the Dave Portnoy show with Eddie, he talked about it a little bit. Said only financial, and that he hopes the best for us, and we hope the best for Barstool too. So we're all, no hard feelings. But yeah, we wish it didn't have to end too. Next one, great show from Ashton1239875, 5 stars. He says, really love the show. Great to hear close to the middle news as possible. And I think Pat should have the nickname Democrat Pat because he definitely doesn't play down the middle. Haha, love you guys.
That would be a step up from Comrade Pat and
yeah,
Down the middle.
yeah, Ashton, you're totally right. Yeah, he prefers Comrade Pat. So
Commie Pat, whatever. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I think we've talked about this before. We all have different spots of the spectrum that we sit on politically, but we all just try to be respectful of each other and of you, the listener, and the fact that everybody's got their own fucking opinion, and we just want to crack jokes about the news mostly. So
That's the main goal.
yeah. So thanks for listening. All
Laughs.
right, last one. last one from I can't read that name. Starts with a D. Solid combo of news, debate, and something else. 5 stars. He says, historically, I've only listened to podcasts of traditional politics like NPR, Politico, and Vox. Okay. But Hard Factor offers something unique and refreshing. I'm glad to hear that from somebody who had listened to those shows.
Go on.
Yeah. As a total college bro turned progressive-leaning social worker, your blend of the news with ridiculous stories and antics resonates with me. As a side note, Wes, I work with young people struggling with addiction and tell them about your story a lot. So thank you for the inspiration. We're all proud of you. Indeed, Wes.
Oh, that's nice. Thank
You guys are great. Keep up the good work. Don't be afraid to dive into deeper, more serious convos about the news. People will gravitate towards that. And thank you very much. That's surprising to hear from a listener of traditional daily news shows. Yeah.
You guys hear that? I'm inspiration.
Yeah, you certainly are. You certainly are. Everybody knows it's hard, especially like around us. We're probably
Wes,
the worst people to try to not drink
Yeah.
around.
Thank you guys. Love you guys. Love everyone out there.
Yeah.
Love you, buddy.
Yeah, and we love you, DHEHXSTDJ.
That's not his name.
Yeah, it's a fake name. All right, and we're in the last few minutes of the show here, so we need to do a goodbye. Like Mark was saying earlier, the news never sleeps, so that's why we're still doing the show. That's why we didn't have time to clip a best of 2020 together, or like a best of our entire time at Barstool, really. So wanted to do a little walk down memory lane real quick with you guys as we close this show out. And talk about some of the moments that we will clip together, because we're going to need to make a reel, since we got to sell the show now. So there's the
which, by the way, we have been selling a lot thanks to the download numbers.
Thanks to the Hardo Hive, yeah. So don't worry, there's going to be sponsors. We don't have any today, but we got some next week and every week after that for next year. It seems like so. Donald Trump Jr. said he was going to sue the pants off of us when we interviewed him as a joke. We also asked him if his father would win the election in a slam dunk if he had legalized weed, and Don Jr. was waffling on that, but lots of comments afterwards seeming to agree with the Hard Factor boys, thinking that would have pushed him over the top. What do you guys think?
I don't think it would have hurt him.
too much fraud to overcome that.
2020 is a tough year. Whoever's in charge in 2020 was going to have an uphill battle.
I don't know. I think we could have helped. Rick Grinnell told us he knows that if there is or aren't aliens, but wouldn't tell us. He's the top spy, but he was a cool guy. It was nice to meet him.
But then we got to draw Q, and he didn't say he wasn't Q.
He didn't say he wasn't Q, correct. Yeah. I still think he may have been Q. Andrew Yang, he was just a great interview. And he thanked Pat for being a big member of the Yang Gang. And Pat got to scream Yang Gang a bunch of times. That was good. John McAfee, he was in a bunker and he pulled out his AK-47 and did a bubbler rip, a binger out of a bubbler filled with tequila with us. So that was cool.
By far the craziest interview we've ever done. I think we've done some cool things. We've been on the 420 stage for
two high times cannabis cups. Yeah.
And we've done some really cool interviews, as you mentioned some of them, but nothing was as intense as even doing a Zoom interview with McAfee. I was nervous to just do the interview.
And then Pat asked him about his shitting in girls' mouths, and
I thought he was going to hack Pat's
getting
computer.
shit in his mouth.
There was some tension
on the spot. Yeah,
it was wild.
It was fun.
Good interview. Check that one out. All these are Joe Jorgensen walking straight off the campaign bus to give a speech. That was during our interview. That was really cool. The Mooch, he had us on Zoom and walked into Anderson Cooper's studio in CNN, so we got to meet Anderson Cooper. That was sweet. Wes and I were up in Iowa. We interviewed Pete Buttigieg on Kobe's death night. That was like an interesting little meet up there. And then push-up contest with presidential candidate John Delaney, who dropped out immediately after that. So I think we killed his his campaign.
Didn't Wes? Did you say his campaign manager was like, stop?
Yeah, you did what?
Yeah. It was too late. It was too late because John, he can't turn down a push-up contest, so they knew.
You found his weakness, Will.
Yep, exactly. Like Mark said, the 2 High Times Cannabis Cups, those closed out with Trinidad James performing, which was fucking awesome. And we had PFT and Stanley Cup champ Darren McCarty, 4-time Stanley Cup champ on those shows. Power hours, debate and election nights, the inaugural boat race, and so much more fun shit that I didn't even have time to go through. Amazing. And I mean, I think it's been incredible to do it on our end. And we thank you so much for, listening and supporting us through all those different things we've done. We also need to thank the people at Barstool, Tyler O'Day and Gaz, for letting us into the Barstool News Network, ecosystem and letting us work in there. That was very, helpful, beneficial for us. Erica, Dave, and PFT for giving us the shot to begin with. Mikey Podcast for walking us through everything the whole way from day one all the way through the end, and he's helping us transition to the next platform. Kate, obviously, worked with us a lot, especially Pat. Large, international correspondent Donnie Does, Barstool Debates champ Tommy Smokes, KFC, Clem, Coach Doug's, Brandon Walker, Jeff Nadeau, Big Cat, and all the other amazing content people we've got.
Large is not going to like that glance over, so I'm going to say Large again.
Yeah, Large. You can say him 8 times.
Yeah.
We'll be keep doing stuff with Large. I think we're all going to do some Twisted History, some Podfather stuff. So don't worry, we're going to have Large on. Obviously, we need to talk to him about money.
Arturo's night with Pat and Avery and him.
Exactly, Arturo's. So these will be characters that come back, but we want to say goodbye and thank you for now.
And thanks to Avery. I don't know if you mentioned him.
And Avery Zarteski, for Barstool Radio, being our producer there.
And Allison in the merch department, want to shout her out too. She dealt with us a lot and helped us out.
Steve Che, lots of people in the front office. But most of all, we want to thank you, the listeners in the Hardo Hive, that's kept us buzzing for 2.5 years now. The host could not do this without you, and we couldn't keep doing it without you. It's been incredible to get to do jokes about the news for Barstool, and as long as you'll have us, we want to keep doing them for the Hardo Hive as long as we fucking can. And with that, have a great fucking day and a happy new year. And like I said, when we were leaving Barstool Radio, hold on.
I don't like where this is going.
He's got his moon helmet on.
YouTube.com/HardFactorNews to see what I'm doing here. Like I said, when we were leaving Barstool Radio, our time on the pirate ship has been great. And Barstool is headed to the moon, and I think we are too. So maybe we can meet up again on the moon someday. So goodbye, Barstool. It's been nice. Hope you find your paradise. Everybody, goodbye, Barstool. It's been nice. Hope you find your paradise. Goodbye, Barstool. It's
been.
Send in the car.